Thanks for being in the play space tonight. Hope your holiday season is off to a great start. I'm Keith Avalone from PLAAY Games. Sam is producing tonight's show as usual. Tonight is sort of a two birds with one stone kind of show. Number one, we wanted to give you a status update on the holiday sale. And number two, we wanted to do our 2026 look ahead. Normally we do that the first stream of the new year, but we thought we'd do it a little differently this year. And we'll get to that shortly. First, I want to give a status update on the holiday sale. And of course, we can't do anything without first thanking everybody for their support and encouragement. I really do think this was our best sale ever. And I've gotten so many great emails from people. We recognize, I think, that so there are some economic challenges these days. So we try to go heavy on the lower priced goodies. And Sam is pointing me to go this way. Now, I got to move my microphone, though.
That's good. It's good right there.
All right. That'll work. Anyway, got a lot of positive feedback on the sale, and now it's just a matter of getting it in the books. That's, processing the orders, getting everything out in good order. We are about 75% finished with getting orders out. We're starting to run out of stuff, and that means we have to reprint. Unfortunately, the last 25% is the longest 25%. It takes longer to do that last 25%. It probably takes about as much time to do the last 25% as it does to do the first 75%, which we prepared for. And as we talked about in previous streams, we were prepared as best we can. I think we were the best prepared this year that we've ever been. And still, you just can't predict. You never know, what people are gonna buy, what they're not going to be interested in. So. We, as is always the case, there are some things we have too many of, and then there's some things that we just don't have enough of. So we are busily printing the things that we've run out of, and it takes time to reprint. It's kind of like a bottleneck with our printing and finishing machine. You can only do one sheet at a time. So bear with us as we get through that. But specifically, if you ordered the lacrosse game, we dramatically underestimated the demand for the lacrosse game, and it was based on last year. We offered the lacrosse game last year, and we had lacrosse games on the shelf at the end. It was like, well, what are we gonna do with these? I guess we'll hold on to them till next year, which we did. But we assumed that we'd have the same demand this year that we had last year, but we were wrong, and you just never know. That's the bottom line. So we had to send out for more lacrosse sleeves from our supplier. That's the one thing that we cannot produce in-house is the game box sleeves for the PLAAY Classic games. And we are waiting on those sleeves. And so when they get in, all we get is, put the games together and get them out. So if you ordered the lacrosse game, I think the first dozen have been shipped. But we have probably about another dozen or more that are waiting. So if you're in that second dozen, you will not have gotten your shipping confirmation yet, and that's why. We are also running low on a lot of the Play Now items. This is a big year for the Play Now franchise on our holiday sale. So we were undersupplied with the fishing game. Specifically the Lakes collections. We're busily printing those. We are on our third print run for Mystery Rummy 6 and our fourth print run for First Contact. So we are printing, and again, we ask for your patience. Just bear with us. Again, we're best guess is we should have everything out by Monday or Tuesday. I will say this though, toner alert. We are running low on our cyan and yellow toner. We do have an order in with Konica Minolta. Placed it first thing Monday. It is not shipped yet, and if we run out of toner, we can't print. So hopefully that's going to get in the order process. I mean not in the mail. I guess they ship at UPS, but hopefully it will be shipped to us soon, and that will not create a hiccup. But I did want to let you know that if we go beyond Monday or Tuesday, it will be because of that. Miscellaneous purchases, we will hopefully get those back online sometime next week. We've had a lot of people emailing about wanting to make a miscellaneous purchase for either something that they missed or like a card set that we don't offer on the website. A couple of people have been asking for, buying extra decider dice, things like that. We disabled the miscellaneous purchases because just too difficult to keep up with that during the holiday sale. So we will reactivate that probably next week. So be on the lookout for that if there's something specific that you want to buy that's not on the website right now. Also getting a number of people asking, is the horse racing game going to become a boxed game? And similar questions about some of the other holiday items. The women's all-time great golf cards, are those going to come back? First Contact is not currently on the site. Is that coming back? The answer is some of them will be coming back. Specifically, First Contact is going to be back, a permanent member of the lineup. Just a matter of reconfiguring the website. We had it on the holiday page as a holiday offering. We'll move that page to the main store once we get the holiday sale done. And as many people have been speculating on the community page, in years past, if the holiday game does well, people enjoy it, we typically will release it as a box game the following summer or fall. So I would say there's probably a pretty good chance that we'll have that out next year as a boxed game, probably with some new historical horses or maybe some new fictional sets. Maybe one thing that we kicked around the idea of doing was like a specific vintage horse racing season from like the 80s or the 90s. So that's a possibility for the boxed release if that happens this summer. I did want to talk about the horse racing game a little bit. There've been some questions posted. I haven't had a lot of time to follow very closely, but I did notice specifically there's a question today. Paul Salzgeber posted about. In fact, I copied it onto my show notes here, and I have set it up. I believe the way Paul is describing. If we want to go to the table cam, he says one horse left to slot, and the only open position is third. Bronze Trophy. I got a Bronze Trophy here in 9. Bronze Trophy passes at the check out of the gate, but because he's bronze and the middle is full, he goes to the highest back group position. So Paul says this would be off the board. It actually is not off the board. The highest the highest back group position would be here, not here. Highest being best. And I think I made a post to that effect. Now, the reason this is a little, I think, confusing is originally these place markers were not on the bottom group. The bottom group was designed, the back group. And again, I go back to my red, white, and blue race and NASCAR game terminology for bottom and top. But the back group originally did not have any numbers here. It could accommodate any number of horses. But as the game developed further, the thinking was, well, some people might want to run a 14-horse race. It's not unheard of to have 14 horses or a dozen horses in a race, and that would kind of load up this group. So that's where we came up with the idea with the far back group. We came up with this board here, and you'll notice there are no places on this. This is like the spillover where any extra horses are going to go here. Well, originally that was this. Any extra horses would go here, so you wouldn't have any specific numbers here. Because there's nothing challenging from here. There's no need for these descriptive numbers. That was added very late. So the idea was you could have 2, 3, 4, 5 horses here, and as you come out of the gate, anybody who fails their check is going to go to this board, and the trophy symbol is going to determine essentially their high water mark. So the gold trophy horses are going to have their ceiling in the leader position. The silver trophy horses are going to have their ceiling in the front of the pack. The bronze trophy horses are going to have their ceiling in the middle of the pack. Now, as you know, the horse in gate 1 is always considered to have a gold trophy. So guess what? If Remembering When is in the number 1 gate position and passes its gate check with the sprint rating, it's going to be considered to have a gold trophy and will wind up here. Otherwise, it's unlikely that a bronze trophy is going to get any higher than 4th place to start. They're designed. The trophy symbols are designed to reflect the horse profiles. So essentially, if a horse fails its gate check coming out of the gate, it's going to wind up in the back group, and this is the best place in the back group, and this is the worst place. I don't mean to over-explain it, but the idea is it sort of fills from the ends, as you start, earlier in the gate process, you get more upside and more downside. If you pass your check, you're going to wind up higher. If you fail, you're going to wind up lower. As you go down the gate check, you get down to the ninth position. Irma's Joy is going to wind up here, because whether Irma's Joy passes its sprint check or fails it, it is going to wind up here. Now, if the horse in gate 9 was a silver horse or a gold horse, that would be a different story. Then, if they passed the gate check, they would wind up here. If they had a gold trophy, or a silver trophy. If they failed, they would wind up here. But because Irma's Joy is a bronze, Irma's Joy is gonna. I don't know whether Irma's Joy is a he or a she. The horse is gonna wind up here, and that's why in the rules it says oftentimes you don't even have to roll, because there's only one place for it to go. However, I do want to say that theoretically, hypothetically, if every horse failed its gate check, they would all wind up here. And that's not obviously not going to happen. But if it did, they would all wind up here, and then you would just fill from the front, with the last horse would be, at the top of the bottom group, and you'd fill forward. So in this case, going back to Paul's example, if Irma's Joy passes its gate check, it's going to go here, and then and that's all the horses. Everybody's going to move up. So Her Royal Highness will go here, and that's how it'll end. All right, I think that's, I have a tendency to over-explain, but that is essentially the way it works. You have a ceiling for where they're going to wind up, generally speaking, and as you see, there are ways to get around for that not to happen. But essentially, you're filling from both ends into the middle. All right. The other question that I wanted to address was from Larry Wolf. He said, when the challenge is a stalker or a star, and the horse is both stalker and star, do you choose which to do before you roll the red, white, and blue dice? He says, I'm assuming the horse cannot do both challenges. The way I have been playing it, and again, that's kind of why we put this out as a holiday game, so people can try it out and provide input and have fun with it and do some mass play testing. The way I've been playing it is that's like a double quality. If it asks for stalker and star, and the horse is both the stalker and has the star quality, I count that as like a starred quality, like a double quality, and they get to do two challenges. It seems to make sense that if they have both, that they should get an advantage. This makes sense to me. I will concede that you could make the case that you should choose one or the other, but the way I would play it is to consider it as like a double quality. I would let them challenge on the stalker and challenge on the star, and I would consider them as like one quality. So I wouldn't like if the horse that he was challenging was also both a stalker and a star, I would consider that two Fen symbols, two bonus Fen symbols. I would consider it equal from both the challenger and the challenged horse on both challenges. All right, that is that. I guess we can go back to the face cam now. I hope I clarified that for some people. I know there are probably some other. Actually, I will say though, it does seem like people have got the grasp of it. I think it is in many ways similar to the NASCAR game, and I would say if you have a question and I'm not available to answer it, or you don't have an answer, just default to the NASCAR game rules, unless it specifically says in the rules, that it's different from the NASCAR game. I would just default to the NASCAR game rules, play it like the NASCAR game, because that was the inspiration for this. All right, let's do the look ahead to 2026. Normally we do the look ahead as the first stream of the new year, but this year we do it a little differently. Actually, we're going to need to do it a little differently this year, as you're soon going to find out. I'm going to get Sam on camera to tell you his exciting news. I'm going to get off the camera, but I'll be back to wrap, to give the other look ahead information. Here comes Sam.
Oh, hey everybody. Long time no see. Good to be back. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for tuning in. First off, just want to echo what Keith was saying about the holiday sale. Thank you so much to everybody who participated, everybody who sent kind messages along. We do read all of those in the little additional info section of the order form. We read all of those, and it's always cheers us up when we get some kind words there. So thank you to everybody that, and there were a lot of kind notes this year. So thank you for that. Thanks to everybody who picked up Cat Party and Mythmash Chrono Clash. That was cool. Didn't expect to move as many of those as we did. We had to go in for second printings on both of those already. So that was very exciting to see. So thanks for that. Now, big news. Don't really know how to work up to this, so I'll just kind of rip the Band-Aid off. I am moving to Pittsburgh in January. So there's a whole host of reasons, but the main one is that my girlfriend lives out there now. So I'm kind of going out there to be with her. It's also great for the board game scene. There's a lot of big board game conventions up and down the East Coast, and also cost of living in Denver is kind of out of control. So I'm sort of being priced out, and have been looking for a good reason to go somewhere else over the past few years, and this has just kind of turned out to be it. So obviously that's going to have an impact on my involvement in PLAAY Games in 2026, which is to say probably will not be much. I am not planning to be totally uninvolved. There's some projects and stuff that I plan to work on remotely, but Keith will have more info for you about what that's going to look like here shortly. The brunt of the work will be falling back into Keith's hands for 2026. So yeah, Keith will come back and talk more about that shortly. But before I go, I just want to say, it's been the past 6 years working with PLAAY Games has been really special. Watching the company grow from where it was in 2019 to where it is today has been a real treat, and it's been really fun to be a part of that. I feel like it's helped me grow a lot as an artist and a designer, and also just a person. So that's been great. And yeah, I guess just thank you for welcoming me into your hobby and your community. And I hope I can say that I've left it better than I found it. So that's all for me. Passing it back to Keith. Thanks. I gotta give you a hug.
I would have hugged him on camera, but there's not enough room here for me to do that, so I had to give him a hug off camera. So yeah, he said, did he leave the company in a better shape than when he found it? Yeah. I think it would be impossible to overstate, Sam's impact on PLAAY Games over the past 6 years. I mean, where do you even begin? The packaging, the card set development, the website, our presence at major board game conventions like Dice Tower West, BGG Con, and so on. The video you're watching right now with the cool graphics and everything, that's all Sam's doing out of the scope of my expertise. And to say that he's raised the bar for the company is the understatement of the year. So the challenge for me is to figure out, how to move forward, and really that probably will require me to take some steps backward. So that's what I want to talk about tonight. I know I said in the Connect a couple of weeks ago that we would spill the beans on what we're doing in 2026. But, the truth is the crystal ball is rather cloudy at the moment. And I don't want to spill the beans on something that I'm not 100% sure of. So I am going to talk about some things that I'm, if not 100% sure of, relatively sure of. Let's start with Play.con. You'll notice that we're no Play.con tickets for sale during the holiday sale. At this time, I'm not planning to hold a convention in Denver in 2026. Good news is there are two big sports game conventions happening in 2026. There's SD Patrick's IndyCon happening in April in Auburn, Indiana, and then Dave Gardner's got the Digital to Dice Con happening in Connecticut in May. And I'm encouraging folks to, the sports game folks to, take advantage of those two great conventions, and I'm pointing them to those two venues. I am thinking about doing something more manageable for Play.con, something smaller, possibly multiple smaller events in different cities. Those of you that have been around Play Games for a while probably remember that before Sam came along, that's exactly what I would do. I'd do 3-4 events in different cities across the country, and I may revert to that. It's more manageable. And you may wonder, well, why am I not running a convention? If you'll remember last year, when we were doing our look ahead for 2025, Sam was stepping back from the business. Sam spent most of 2025 working on Studio Spicy. I would say for the first 3 quarters of the year, particularly, he was here 1 or 2 days a week. He was here for the Thursday night stream. He was mainly focused on the mass production of the Studio Spicy games, and essentially I ran Play Games pretty much by myself, as I did for many years for most of 2025. If you'll think back carefully, you'll notice that all our card set releases were on time until the convention. And then after the convention, everything seems to be late. It was late with the football release, late with Truckin' 76, late with Football America. Everything was late with, and that was mainly because the convention, all the work for the convention just kind of threw me off. It's a lot of work to do a convention of that size for that many people, and to plan it and to follow up and to do it the way I want to do it. So I just feel that for 2026 at least, I'm going to take that off my plate and see if that doesn't make things a little smoother. Again, I am considering a specific event that would be, I would call it Play.con, but it would be designed to be smaller, more grassroots, and not in Denver. But hopefully we'll have more information on that in the next couple weeks. Nothing is set in stone on that, but I am exploring options for a possible get-together in 2026, but it will not likely be in Denver. I am planning to go to the World Board Game Championships in Pittsburgh. It's in the Pittsburgh area, suburban Pittsburgh. Sam will be living there, so it's a good excuse to visit him. Also, hang out with my good friend Andy Lewis. Again, those of you who have been with Play Games for a long time remember that I used to go to the World Board Game Championships every year. I was there in 2012, 2013, 2014. I had a booth. I made a lot of friends there. I know I met Mike Fitzgerald at the World Board Game Championships. I met John C. Weber there. A number of guys, Chris Palermo, many folks I met who became longtime Play Gamers. I met at the World Board Game Championships. It's a special gathering of gamers, and I'm excited to be going back there. That will be happening in August, so I'm planning to be part of that, and other I think events will materialize as well, but for right now, that is the scope of my planned events. The weekly Play Space YouTube streams, like the one you're watching right now, they're going to go away in 2026, at least for a while. Our new helper, Aaron, who you met a couple weeks ago, has some expertise in streaming, but not in production. So if we were to do a stream, it would likely not be as produced as the one you're watching right now. And I'm hesitant to put, a lower quality content on our YouTube channel than what's already on there. I know the bar's been set really high in terms of, the stuff that we have currently available on our YouTube channel. I don't want to, start putting stuff that's, not quite as good. So it's on me really to figure out a way to produce it to the same level that people have come to expect, or to not do it at all. So as of right now, I'm planning to discontinue the Play Space YouTube streams after next week's online Christmas party. As far as card set releases for 2026, planning to have things out at about the same schedule as previous years. We'll have the Scram 2026 Scram in February. We'll have Baseball America in March. We'll have the new MLB season available on opening day. just basically the same as always, except hopefully this year I'll be on time with the later releases. I do have what I think are some pretty cool releases planned for 2026. I will probably do a blog post about them once the new year starts. But I will tell you, I will be releasing an all new College Hoops Playdown set in March. And I think it will be unlike any college basketball set ever released, in that it will include the entire play universe of colleges. It's I believe 184 teams. There'll be the 64 teams that make the tournament, our fictional March Madness tournament. But you'll also get all the other teams from all the other conferences, so you could conceivably play out your favorite college, their entire schedule, because it will be arranged in conferences as well. Each fictional team will be assigned to a fictional conference, and it's very well organized and quite exhaustive. And I'll go into more specifics about that as we get closer. But I'm planning for a March release for that. It'll be super cool to be able to not only play the tournament out, but if you want to play out like a specific conference, you'll be able to do that. So I'm pretty geared up about it. We actually had zeroed in on the holiday sale to offer this, but it was, as you can imagine, quite a bit of work, and we weren't able to get it prepared. But however, it is prepared. All the data is prepared. The cards just need to be formatted and colors added, and so on. And so I'm geared up about it. I think the community will really like it, and that'll be happening in March. I have some other really cool projects, but I'll save that for a blog post, which I will most likely be relying more on blog posts and newsletters, like emailed. I may revert to the old emailed newsletters that I used to do, rather than the YouTube streams. But again, all that will be happening after the first of the year. I will say we do have a new vintage football season planned for release. Again, had hoped to get that out this fall. Just didn't have the time to do it. We're going to do the 85 NFL season. We did the 85 USFL. I did manage to get that out before the convention. The 85 NFL will soon follow. Stay tuned. Also have some Play Now plans for 2026. 2025, as I mentioned earlier, was a big year for Play Now. We released the Fishing Game and Truckin' 76, and we really saw a significant spike in interest during the holiday sale for the Play Now games. I have 2 new Play Now games in the pipeline. One of them is called. I think both of them have been displayed at conventions in the past. One of them is called Show Off. It's sort of a cross between America's Got Talent and Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. It's a super fun game. And I hope to get that out in 2026. Also, I've been working on a game based on the Downton Abbey PBS series. Grant Fines sort of got me started on that. We played a game at Dice Tower a couple of years ago that was very heavy on the it was actually 1890s English aristocracy. The game would be based more like Downton Abbey in the 1920s. So those are 2 games that I have in the pipeline and hope to get out in 2026, along with some other Play Now releases. I've got an update for Mr. President based on movie presidents. I have a Fishing Game expansion, a couple new lakes, and I have the Truckin' 76 expansion, the Coast to Coast expansion. For Truckin' 76, also a new 2-player cops versus bandit version. All that coming in 2026. So that is what it looks like. Again, there's a lot up in the air. It'd be kind of a different year, I think, for Play in 2026. We will miss Sam, but as he mentioned, he will not be. The cord is not being severed. He's just he's off doing his own thing, and I couldn't be prouder. He brings a lot to the table. He's a great kid and super talented, and I know he's just going to knock it out of the park with the things he's going to be doing in Pittsburgh. As he said, he's in Pittsburgh. Not only is it less expensive to live there, but also much better proximity to some of the big board game conventions, Origins and Gen Con and PAX Unplugged and many others. So I couldn't be prouder. I hate to lose him. I'm going to really miss him a lot. But you know, there's FaceTime, you know, and I'm sure he'll be coming back to visit as well. So excited about that. Online Christmas parties next week. The White Elephant gift exchange list is growing. It's up to 17 now. I will post a draft order in the next couple of days because I anticipate that we'll probably get a couple more gifts here in the mail in the next couple of days. I would not suggest mailing it now though, because it probably will not get here in time. But if you have sent it in already, I'm sure that it'll arrive, and we'll add your name to the list. Excuse me. I'll be posting it like a draft order from the first to the last. And we will also have some wild card White Elephant gift participants. We'll draw people from the chat room, and even if you didn't send in a gift, we have extra gifts, and we'll let you guys pick first. Of course, you can be stolen from, so I mean, I all bets are off on that. But we will allow we'll have multiple wild card participants in the White Elephant gift exchange. Also, we will have a special Play at the Races themed contest. And I have yet to set this up, but I will do so in the next day, and it'll be included in that blog post. We're going to make race cards for Santa's reindeer, and we'll have a reindeer race. And you will get to choose ahead of time. You'll pick your trifecta, first, second, and third, and whoever picks it correctly, we have a gift card that we'll divide amongst the winners. If there's only one winner, they'll get the whole thing. If there's multiple winners, we'll divide it. But that should be a lot of fun, and we'll run that as part of the show. And yes, we will have a very special guest. I'm not going to say anything more about that, but you'll be glad you're watching. So that's it. We'll see you next week for the White Elephant gift exchange and the online Christmas party. It starts at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, Thursday night right here. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you being part of our community. We love you all. We felt a lot of love these last few days especially, and we love you right back. Just want you to know that we appreciate you. So thanks for watching tonight, and any questions, hit the contact button on our website. Otherwise, we will see you a week from tonight for the online Christmas party right here on the Play Games YouTube channel.